What's up, guys?
My name is Master Gamer.
And I'm Fluffy Gamer.
And welcome to the Final Jeopardy! Here's the question.
Have you ever wanted to play Monopoly, but it's not Monopoly? I know it sounds confusing, but listen to me. Welcome to Business Tour.
Online multiplayer board game. Can't forget that part.
This game was developed by a company called Creobit and published by 8th Floor. It was released on Steam for free for everyone on July 27th, 2017.
You could buy the starter pack for $5. You could!
But why? Why would you do that?
When you first load up the game, the first thing you'll notice is that it wants you to play the tutorial. I didn't do it my first time. Trust me, play the tutorial.
If you still decided that you hate tutorials, here's a brief summary of how the game works. You'll first have to choose between 4 different characters, all of which are just the same thing with a different look.
And I just realized, they're all white. Equality.
The first thing you'll notice is that it's a bit smaller than a traditional Monopoly board, and it has a bunch of new spaces.
For instance, the 4 resorts, Bali, Cyprus, Dubai, and Nice, all act like railroads from the normal Monopoly, increasing the rent on all of them for how many you own.
There's also the Lost Island, which is exactly the same thing as jail for Monopoly, keeping you there until you can either roll doubles before 3 turns are up, pay to leave, or use a special card from Chance Spaces to get out for free.
Then you've got Chance Spaces, which let you draw a random card that will enact some kind of event. Once again, just like in Monopoly. Now here's where things change more. There are 2 unique spaces with their own special actions unique for Monopoly. The World Championship space and the World Tour space.
The World Championships let you choose any of your properties and multiplies your rent there until someone else moves it or you sell your property, all for the small price of 50 grand. Every time someone moves the World Championships, it becomes a bigger multiplier, increasing the rent even more.
The World Tour allows you to travel anywhere you want on the map, so long as that space is unowned or you own it, letting you actually get there the next turn after paying 50 grand.
When you first land on a property, you can either buy it or leave it, but you have 4 different options for how to buy. First is the cheapest and least paying. Obviously, the higher up and more built the house, the better the rent and higher the cost.
The last option you see isn't buyable until you've passed start once, and when you do, you will always collect 300,000 from it. All houses also fall into color sets. If you own all of the set, all of the properties in the set have an increase in rent. There are also 3 random properties chosen at the start of the game to have festivals, which increase the rent on those properties for the entire game.
The only way to get a property is to buy it when it's unowned or buy it back from another player for more money than they bought it for. You can also upgrade an owned property's level for a price if you land on it, which is the only way to get a hotel, the highest level and only type of property that can't be bought by other players.
There are 5 ways to win the game. You can either own 3 whole color sets, own all of the resorts on the map, own an entire line of properties across the map, be the last player that's actually a real player in multiplayer, or be the last player that's not bankrupt.
The game might sound long, and it can go up to an hour, but that's the limit, and there's even a quick game which can go from 20 to 30 minutes depending on how many players.
Visually, this game is nothing special. Just a bunch of simple, not beautiful, but not ugly artwork serving its point. The character options are very limited, and the only thing visually that surprised me was just that the money on the sides of the board actually accurately represent how much money every player has, which I found really cool for a small game like this.
Honestly, to me, the best thing visually about it is the character designs.
The sound effects are very repetitive, not having much variation at all. And the music. After a couple hours listening to this same track repeat over and over, I never want to hear it again.
I personally recommend you to put on your own music while playing this.
The multiplayer is something I found really cool in the way the ranking system works. The chips you get in Gamble when playing also serve as your actual ranking, meaning having more chips means you're a higher rank. This makes the ranking system simple and easy in my opinion.
There are 4 different settings you can change when going into an online match. 2v2, no gadgets, quick game, and invite only. 2v2 is teams, invite only allows you to play with only friends on Steam, and no gadget gets rid of gadgets for the match.
What are gadgets, you may ask? We don't talk about gadgets. No, but gadgets are basically this game's pay-to-win system, and we find it to be much bullshit to the gameplay. It can allow you to do such things as ensure an even or odd roll, or allow you to completely re-roll in general. It changes the game, and we never play that way, so we don't have much else to say about it. I can't really judge the game since it's a free-to-play game, and you can always choose not to play with gadgets, like we do.
If you like Monopoly and you find it a bit too long, then I personally recommend this game, whether it's quick game or not.
Mhm.
And I find it more interesting than any original Monopoly, really.
Personally, I give this game a 6 out of 10.
I would personally give it a 7 out of 10.
And that means the game clearly gets a 6.5 out of 10. So anyways, guys, if you like this video, be sure to smack that like button.
If you really like the video, be sure to hit the subscribe button with your face.
And remember, this is our first ever scripted, written out video, so if you like it, be sure to let us know so that we know that you guys want more. So, anyways, as always,
Remember.
Everything changes.